Oh, awesome.
Thank
That's
you.
phenomenal. All right, I apologize. I should have set this to record as soon as we came into the room, so we didn't really get her introduction and all that, but we'll get the whole scoop later on for sure.
Yep.
This
Yes.
meeting is being
So I'm
recorded.
recording this now. All righty. So thank you so much for being here, Brenda. So you get to answer the first question. What is your realm? What is your magic? And what is your drink?
Oh gosh, unfortunately I have water right now, but I'm more excited about well, because I'm rehearsing tonight for my show. My magic, I would say my magic is in turning lead to gold and to alchemize
Wow.
I like.
turning something that could be tragic into triumph.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I feel like because I do teach storytelling to other people, in addition, like today I'm going to be talking about video, how to present on video, but I teach people how to take their stories that they've lived through, because I've been teaching since 2014 storytelling too, and how I know what people live through and they just don't really ever share it until there's an open space that's safe. And then people have lived through so much that they have so much to teach, but they just don't know that they can, or they're not sure how to tell the story. So a lot of my magic then would be helping them kind of tell the right story, tell the right pieces so that they're empowered and their audiences.
That makes a lot of sense, and I think that that's very, very valuable, because even from my experience in telling my story, for me, from my perspective, all of these little tiny details are so important, because it's just so important, right? So I want to tell everything, and the fact of the matter is that that's not the most impactful way to tell the story for the audience's point of view.
No, it's not.
So yeah,
it's not. And everything you're telling me, it's like I learned it because when I first started so many years ago, I mean, I was on stage, so I was getting reviewed. But my aim is to help my clients not to have to put it up publicly like that. Yeah, because you want to tell everything. And instead of putting it into a story structure and deciding which are the most important things to say, and things in a story structure, you don't want to repeat that much, because then it makes the audience go up and down, and then you lose them. Or for me, I would say, like, putting in too many characters and then they're not pivotal. Like in our head, we know so much and we know how important that person was, but if you don't share why they're important, then they don't need to be in the story. So it's that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, so we're going to go around the room and ask everybody else that question too. And, if you've got anything that you are like putting out there for a request, like maybe you need some magic for a certain contract to be negotiated and signed, or maybe you've got something else on the horizon that you just want the power of group intention behind you, or if you need somebody or a person to help you out with something, let us all know what you're looking for. That way we can, if we can't address that need right now, over the next week, we can have that in the back of our head and go, hey, oh my gosh, I just met this person. So-and-so needs to talk to you. Right? All right, cool. So let's start with Sarah. The questions are, what is your realm? What is your magic? What is your drink?
My realm is technology, and my magic is making sense out of disaster. This week, I guess. And my drink is somewhere back there. Grab hers. My drink is bubbly tonight because we got here and I realized, oh my gosh, we didn't have any wine. So we're drinking the bubbly.
The bubbly. Bubbly is my favorite non-alcoholic drink, by the way. Yeah.
It's actually pretty good. I've never had one before. And I do want to throw in that I actually, in one of my other groups, somebody put a shout out for a tour manager. And thanks to our last call, I was able to hook up Tamara
Linan.
Thank you, her, with somebody for a tour managing opportunity. So, this is awesome. Thank you for that.
Absolutely. And thank you for like doing the work that it takes to actually make that happen. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is it Sharon?
Shannon.
I'm sorry. I used to play with the two sisters when I was very little that there were Sharon and Shannon.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. But it was even worse than that because Sharon was the good girl and Shannon was a little pain in the ass brat. So I'm not projecting anything on you, my dear. I don't even know you yet, but I'm just saying Sarah's pointing. I don't know.
Well, she was actually best friends with my sister growing up, and my sister's name was Heather, so it was Heather and Shannon. But a lot of times it was Heather and Hannah. So
I did that to my daughters too, Commandy and McKady.
It happened. So I come from the realm of broken people, family, and children. I've always been, they're drawn to me, apparently. I've been told from lots of different people that have insight that people are just attracted to me that are broken and unwanted and unloved. So my magical power is just unconditional love, which sometimes is really, really, really hard.
It can be. But that's so beautiful, loving the unloved. That's amazing.
It's the most powerful thing, and it can change lives, and it doesn't really cost much except time. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah, I can see that. And your beverage, my dear?
I'm also drinking the buble.
The buble. Awesome. Awesome. I love it. All right, Miss Bree, you are next in line from my perspective of the screen. Would you like to tell us about your realm, your magic, and your beverage?
I kind of agree with before. It's the lost and the broken. But I have more of a manifestation.
Okay.
I can find the lost things just as they find me at the right time.
Nice. Very nice.
And the drink, a Pinot Noir from La Ménage à Trois.
Ooh, that is a good brand too. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, they did it. It was a new one, a luscious. So it's got mocha notes.
Yeah, that's really good. I've had that.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, I want to say thank you, especially to Sarah and Shannon and Bree, for joining us for the first time. We've only been doing this for 2 weeks, but still, you were here this week and you were here last week, so welcome. Awesome. All right, Miss Tracy, you are next. What is your realm? What is your magic? And what is your drink?
I guess my realm's the kitchen. My magic is shortbread cookies. And my drink in celebration of Gin and Tonic Day is a G&T.
Woo! Nice.
Yes, made with the botanist gin.
Ooh.
Yes. Get a plug in.
Very nice. That's awesome. I still have to frickin' order some of those damn cookies. I really want some of those cookies. I just have to do it. Awesome. All right, Miss.
Message me.
What?
Message me.
Yes.
And this weekend, I'm creating some Star Wars shortbread in order to celebrate May the 4th. Be with you.
That's freaking brilliant.
We're going to have some cocoa chewies, lemon C3POs, and matcha lime Yodas.
Oh, my God, that's so good.
Yeah, really
I definitely need those, and I need to send some of those to Michigan to my grandson. He will be thrilled with those.
Mail things.
Awesome.
Yep.
You know how to mail things? Awesome.
She does.
That's phenomenal. That's really awesome. All right, Miss Sue.
Yes, Miss Gail.
What is your realm? What is your magic? And what is your beverage?
Okay. Oh, I can do the beverage. G&T with the botanist. And I was so excited when it was Gin and Tonic Day. I mean, seriously. Because I don't usually drink this. So this was, plus it was 70 degrees.
Oh, so that's perfect weather for a gin and tonic.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have permission all the way around.
Yeah, I know. It was just like a home run. I don't know about my realm. I've lived in so many places, been to done so I don't know that I have an actual realm, but as you know, I sell Baltic amber jewelry. I go to Poland to get it, bring it home, and sell it. And now I've moved into the crystal world as well. Yes, so I'm very excited about that. We'll see about that. So since I was about 8 years old, I've been selling things. So if you all can string a story together, please do. But that I was selling night crawlers as bait to the fishermen that drove past our house.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very
so
nice.
I've always been selling things.
That's
awesome. That's what I do. I just love it. And I like to help other people sell things.
Yep.
Yeah. So
that's phenomenal stuff. My younger daughter, we got her a Kool-Aid stand. Like literally, it was a little thing you put together. It's got a little awning over the top, little Kool-Aid stand, right? She was 8 years old. And she came to me and she's like, Mom, I want to sell candy and not just Kool-Aid. And I said, okay, well, this is what we need to do. How much is a box of, what are the candies that you want to sell? What kind of candies do your friends like? What does a box of those cost at Costco? Do you have that kind of money? No. Can you get an investor? Yes. And how much money would you have to sell each of those pieces of candy for to make a profit, right? So we get this all set up and send her out there. And she's doing it for like the first week or so. And then she comes home like in the middle of what would be her 8-year-old work day. Oh, and mind you, after the first week, she moved from the corner at our house to a corner 2 blocks back from our house because it had a stop sign and the cars had to stop at her corner. But this is an 8-year-old, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she comes home in the middle of when she would be working, and I'm like, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh, well, I got Amy and Brad to cover my shift so that I could go to the park with so-and-so. And she was paying them like $1 an hour to cover for her so she could go to the park.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Wow. The end of the summer, she'd paid back her investors. She'd occupied herself all summer. She was very popular among her friends because, many of them were getting paid to like do the stand for her, and then they probably got discounts on candy or whatever too. And she made a $60 profit over the course of that
summer. All right.
Yeah.
Yay.
She was phenomenal. Now, she's 27-year-old now, and she and her husband run a pool business with 3 employees and that kind of stuff, right? Now, that's pretty freaking amazing if you ask me. Right? Yeah. But it just goes to show, Sue, what can be done if you start learning those skills young. And it's like, oh, of course, this is how it works. As opposed to me growing up where my stepdad was like, if you got anything nice or you got to go on vacation or got to go to Cedar Point, must be nice to be able to have luxuries in your life kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Where you just kind of learn like, oh, being successful hurts. It's uncomfortable, it's creepy, it's slimy, oh, no, kind of thing. So it's really important to get those skills in young. And Sherry's joining us. Awesome. So I guess while we're waiting for Sherry to come in and get her spot in line, I will share with you what my realm, my magic, and my drink is. My realm is recovery from post-traumatic stress, whether it was deployment based for veterans or adverse childhood experiences based for many of the women in my life. My magic is that I can hear anything that can be said and be okay with it and help you process through it. And my drink tonight is Kettle One Botanical Vodka Spritz.
Yes. Oh,
this is I'm impressed with it because it is not one of those malt liquor drinks like Truly or White Claw or that kind of stuff. This actually has real Kettle One vodka in it and different botanicals and sparkling water. It's probably the most healthy of the canned cocktails out there, and it's only got 3.6%. So it's a nice little, poolside thing when you're visiting at a friend and you have to drive home eventually. So, Miss Cherie, thank you for joining us. I know you were running a little bit late today. How are you doing? You're on mute.
I'm good.
Ooh, awesome.
How are you?
Very good. Very good. We have gone around. I'm sorry that you've missed all of our new joins. Bree is here, Sarah Freeman, her friend Shannon from upstate New York, and Brenda Adelman, who will be training us later on. Okay. For all of the rest of you to know, this would not be happening if Cherie had not unboxed her tiara that she bought after I made some drunken half-assed comment. Oh, I think I'm going to start a group so we can just drink and talk about the magic we make with our love. And then like a week later, she got this unboxing and she's like, Gail, I'm ready. I'm like, oh, shit, I got to do something now.
Yeah, you did say that. And I was ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
great tiara, Sherry. Great tiara.
Yeah. I love your tiara, your crown. Please tell us, what is your realm, what is your magic, and what is your drink?
Sure. So my drink, I will start with, I finally got some cute little flutes. Ooh. So I love that. Beautiful. I am drinking sake in a flute. So
right.
That's I've not tried that before. My realm is heaven on earth. My magic is anchoring the frequencies of heaven on earth so that anyone who wants can bring forth their vision of heaven into reality. Love it. And I think that's everything. I'm Cherie. Hi.
Hi. Awesome stuff. Hey. Well, this is actually perfect timing because it is half past the hour now, and I would like to turn the rest of, well, not necessarily the whole rest of the time, but at the very least, the next 15 minutes or 20 minutes or so, over to Brenda to tell us a little bit about what it is that she came here to tell us a little bit about today.
Thank you. And I actually have to leave in about 20 minutes because I have a performance, a rehearsal tonight that I didn't know I was going to have because I'm going to show next week. So this is perfect timing. Well, I know I started with talking about storytelling, and I definitely want to be able to take any of your questions that you have, but Gail and I talked about me sharing how to really be your best on video, how to be so confident and really be memorable in your potential clients' eyes. How do you show up as the expert you are versus being in your head about what you think you're supposed to be saying? And also, I've done over 200 interviews, radio shows, TV shows, NPR, Fox TV News. Like, I want you guys, if you're business owners, to be able to book interviews, schedule them without thinking, oh crap, I can't because I'm going to not know what to say or I'm not going to show up right. So I really want to make this interactive. I want you guys to ask me questions since I don't know where you are. I've worked with so many people that are performers because I have a one-woman show that's successful. So a lot of performers come to me to also showcase their talent, but I also work with a lot of entrepreneurs who never knew they were going to have to step into the spotlight. They're like, I love working with my clients. I love working on a website. I'm great in real estate, but what the hell? Why do I have to be on video? And then there's a whole bunch of people who kind of really want to, but they kind of have hidden that. Like they want to be entertainers, but they want to look good. They want to know how to master the technique, right? We never feel confident if we don't know the technique, and entrepreneurs never learned it. I learned it because I'm an actress. So I learned how to be on video, and I've just come the other way. I'm an actor that became an entrepreneur. I have like 5 online courses, but most people it's the other way. It's like they've been coaches, they're an entrepreneur, they're a business owner, and then they also they either want to act or present, or they just want to show up powerfully for their clients. So in this day and age when everybody teaches everything that we've done, what we do too, there's so many business owners Why are people going to stop scrolling? What's going to be memorable about what you say, what you wear, or what you do, so that when they need to hire someone that has your skills, they're like, they don't even remember the other people, they remember you. So that's why story is so pivotal too in what I do. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine that there's a lot of, let's say, guru coaches that are like, tell your vulnerable story. But then I know from my own experience that when I told my story too soon and I didn't have the spiritual work that I have under my belt, then I retreated for a year or two. I don't want you guys to tell a story that you're not ready to tell, or not tell it powerfully, or tell it but then feel like, I'm exposed. So there's that part. And then there's the part of, there's the other coaches that are like, just do live streams, you'll get better. And it's like, no, if you don't have the techniques, you're not going to get better. And those perfect ideal clients are going to pass you over, even though you're an expert. So how can I give you some tools today? Just literally how to be on video, how to show up as your best version of yourself, not acting like putting something on, but being the best version of yourself, like you are with your one-on-one clients, so that people remember you.
Now, I want to ask a question. I'm sorry, Sarah, I'll let you ask a question in just a second. For me, because I am whiter than white, and
look who you're talking to. You're so funny.
Right. Well, my point being that I don't have dark hair. I don't have dark eyebrows. I've got blonde eyelashes even, right? And if I don't put like really dark lipstick on or line my eyes or anything like that, I feel like I'm completely washed out and invisible. Now, I got some really amazing magnetic lashes from you that I absolutely freaking love. You're wearing yours too? Mm-hmm. I love them. They don't even bump on my glasses. It's great. But what can people do to not feel like they have to overly make themselves up, but yet still feel confident in that they don't look like, a white sock puppet?
Absolutely. So there's a couple of things. I teach for people very specifically based on who they are. So I don't want you to be me. I don't want you to be in the dark lipstick and I'm going to rehearsal, so I'm doing all the dramatic thing. But you brought up some really great questions. Because I used to be a personal stylist, so color is really, really important for me. So for example, it's funny because you're like, how do I not feel washed out? But you wore a white shirt. So of course that's going to make you more washed out, but you already know that that's washing you out. So what you would do is not wear a white shirt. What does it say?
Chica Blanca.
Yes. And
white chick.
Oh, yeah.
So here's the thing though. I actually would say, don't wear white. I really would. But if you're going to wear white, because some of it is knowing the rules and then breaking them if you want to, like if you have a really cute piece that you want to wear anyway, but don't wear dark lipstick, but you can make it darker, because because what happens is with the camera is it goes right to the lightest color. So what's going to happen, like right now, I'm looking at your shirt. I'm not looking at your beautiful, I'm not like immediately going to your beautiful face and your eyes, which is where you want people to be paying attention to you. So I wouldn't wear the white shirt. The other thing is, I always say wear at least a little bit of lipstick, like a little bit of something that gives you color, because the camera or the lights are going to wash you out, because you do want to have nice light in front of you. And I always do brows. I mean, now I just got microbladed. I did the microblading, but before then I always had a brow pencil, because it makes such a difference to just give a, it like balances out our face. On camera, and it's like there's so many subtle things you won't know why. Like if you look at people's videos and you're like, that one's really visually aesthetic, that's why backgrounds are so important. You won't even know why you're looking, but it's more beautiful to look at. Just like, that the flowers behind you guys, such a beautiful piece, like that actually would be memorable. If I was looking through everybody's stuff, like that's pretty memorable. I mean, the sequins are pretty memorable here, but that's memorable, and like it shows a little personality. So that's a great thing. Backgrounds are really important. The blue behind you, Gail, is beautiful too. So it's like that balances out the white, you would say. But brows and just a light lip.
I told her to have the plant today at her video. Like, you sure you don't want a plant?
But it's
sure you want a plant? It was just all white.
But it's true. Like that background. Look at that background. First of all, that background goes right into, it blends into your jacket too. So like if
you can't
it's
see
not
the edge of her shoulder.
Right. So it's not visually pleasing. You just.
Well, I didn't have this on earlier in the call, so we could see my Tolo
There we
shirt.
go.
So
There we go. Now we got some definition there.
That actually looks better. Like I'm just saying, like if I was someone who wasn't, if I'm trying to get clients, I want people to be looking at you. So when it's black, people are actually going to see you then. It's more balanced with both of you wearing a darker shirt. And you have light hair. So then if it's going against the light background, there's not as much contrast either. Those are just simple things. And I will dress differently. I will have a different background. If I'm just talking with my clients one-on-one, they know I'll have glasses on. I'll be like, they know that I'm like not all put together and stuff like that. So it's not about having to do a lot of stuff. But if I know I'm going to be a guest on something, and I was on a call earlier today, well, first of all, I have my background set up so that I don't have to make it more difficult. I always know, just like Cherie, your background's so great. It's like if it's set up or it's a virtual background, whatever, then you don't have to worry about it. My thing is set it up so you don't have to worry about it so that you're not stopped. Because, right, you already have to have the courage to get online and do your Facebook Lives and stuff like that. Like when I used to be a personal stylist, I'd make sure my clients had at least 3 outfits. They know they look great in. They don't have to think about it because there's so many other things to think about in the world, So did I answer your question? Oh, and then the eyelashes. No, because you have blonde eyelashes.
Yeah, the first time I put these on, I didn't put any mascara on my natural lashes, and I put them on, and I'm like, I look like a mink tail. I've got like blonde underneath this
you have to put mascara on.
Yeah, I discovered that.
Well,
but I love how they look.
Oh, they look
at that. They look fantastic.
Oh my God, they look fantastic.
Wow.
They look fantastic.
Yeah. And they're magnetic. There's like this eyeliner, liquid eyeliner, which I'll get better with. But they're just magnetic, and I don't notice them. This is like the 3rd day I've worn them, and I don't notice them anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Are they Amazon?
No, they're the stuff that Brenda sells.
I actually sell them because I'm an actress and I could never, ever do fake lashes. I just can't do the glue. So I'd be on stage. I was doing a show called Divas in Danger with these other 2 women. And one of the women always had the most amazing lashes, but I could never do it. And then the magnetic lashes came out. So I would wear them, but the ones I've gotten on Amazon and in like CVS and stuff will always slip. So like I'll do a video and you'll see it like slipping down. So it was actually a friend of mine who had cancer. She had leukemia, and she was wearing these lashes that she looked so beautiful and so happy. And I was like, oh my God, you look so great. And then it turned out a friend of mine was selling them from when I grew up. So I bought them, and they don't slip because it's a line that you put on top of your eyes, like you're wearing that, right? Like, so it's like a thin line of liner that's magnetic. So you just place it right on top. So it takes like less than 5 minutes. So
yeah, it's so amazingly easy. The worst part, honestly, the worst part of getting used to these eyelashes is that I have to change the order that I put my makeup on at. Because you do one line and you let it dry for 2 minutes, and then you do another line and you let that dry completely. So I'm not used to like doing my eyeliner and going and doing something else and coming back to it.
I actually did mine so fast. That's why I'm like, let me just check. I forgot to wear them. I'm like, let me put them on. So, but it takes less than 5 minutes. So what I would say is mascara, like one liner, whatever liner you wear is pretty nice because also it outlines your eyes. Again, you want people to be looking at your eyes, and obviously if anyone's interested in the lashes, let me know and I'll tell you more about them. There's lots of different styles. But
I had to find the one that doesn't bump against my glasses.
Right,
that was drives me nuts.
Right, whereas the ones I'm wearing are bigger, so they would. So, so lashes are really great to wear as well. It makes a huge difference. And what I realized, because I only started wearing these when I got them, I think in August last year, is that almost everybody has lashes. Like you don't realize it. I was totally like, I can't believe my lashes are so like are so thin and everything. And then every place I went, I'm like, wow, that person has lashes. And I don't know if it's because I'm in California, so that's why I love these, because they're easy to do. So eyebrow pencil, a little bit of lipstick. I probably should be putting blush on because I'm white like you, but I don't usually put it on. Powder sometimes, because we can get shiny, especially when we're wearing bright light. And always have the light source in front of you, because it just makes us look so much better. Like I literally can look 5 years younger than I do at other times when the light is like casting lots of shadows.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Sarah, do you still remember what you were going to ask?
I think I was just itching. If you
thought never mind.
So I'll say one thing, unless you guys have questions. You know, oftentimes I'll say wear something that you love. Also, just wear something that makes you feel happy, because again, it seems like you don't have to think about those things, but because I was a personal stylist, we feel more comfortable if we're in something that we love. I do like you to wear like a nice color as well. Like that green is really pretty. That like maroon is really pretty too. Also that brown, is it brown or green that you're wearing? I can't remember. There's a Tracy there, but there's two of you. That brown.
Tracy and Sue.
I have gray with glitter.
Gray, that is really pretty.
Yeah,
like
with
your coloring. So the color is colors are different for everybody. Like sometimes my hair is a lighter red, sometimes it's darker red. I literally will change the colors that I wear. While I'd say the black is a little harsh on both of you, I still like it though. I actually like the black on you guys, but sometimes when people are lighter, like that gray, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a color that would not stop you. It would be more like people are seeing you in one kind of, like they're looking at.
Yeah, it's almost like Tracy's hair matches her shirt. You know, like so it's a whole unit as opposed to
not if
you've
it's
got
down.
very
So it's softer on the eyes. It's just softer on the eyes. And again, we're always wanting to get people to our face. We're always wanting, because that's where we're connecting, especially in this day and age where there's so much lockdown and everything like that. We want to be able to see people. So let me just take like maybe one or two questions more, because then unfortunately I have to leave to go to this rehearsal. Not unfortunately, I'm super happy about going to it, but I'm actually going to the theater, which is so exciting.
Yay.
Yes.
Questions? Anybody?
So in regards to helping people narrow down their stories, is that a service that you provide? Do you
Yes, it is. I'm going to have to come back and do a part 2. I'm actually right now, I just started, I do these 6-week, well, I do several things. I have a digital training called Your Story Made Simple. And that's to tell your story in your marketing. And it's about finding your story, the right story to tell, how to craft it like a pro. So like Gail was saying, like not putting everything in, and also not putting too little in, because sometimes we know the story so well in our head that we don't give pertinent pieces that we need. It's also about healing from your story. How much emotion do you share and how much do you leave out? And then how to share it powerfully. That's one thing. That's a digital training. And then I have a 6-week workshop I've been doing for a couple of years. First, I was doing it here in San Diego, and now I'm doing it virtually, which is great because it's people all over the world. I'm actually going into week 2 of this one. And then it culminates. Everybody in there, I help them find their story. I help them develop it. And then I also direct them. And by the end of 6 weeks, I put you in a virtual showcase so that you invite an invited audience. So it's so great because I have seen not only extraordinary performances, because I'm helping direct everybody, but the way the audience responds, because most of my stuff is around, really getting your message, not just telling a story for story's sake, because then when it gets hard, you get nervous, you're not going to want to tell it. But if it's tapped into your message, like my message of forgiveness, then you're going to say it everywhere. So if anyone's interested in that, tell me, because I could maybe catch you up. I have 4 people in there, so I have a spot for like 1 more person. It's Tuesday nights at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but you would have to join by this week because I'd have to catch you up. And then in 6 weeks, you would have that. And people have booked, conferences, 1-person shows, just from, having that on Zoom and sending it out.
Nice.
And then I do work one-on-one. I'm actually probably going to be doing a free challenge in another week too, maybe.
Around what?
Storytelling. I think I'm going to do it for Storytelling for Impact. It was going to be, I don't know, it's going to be about live stream. I just put something on my profile page. Who wants, would people rather have a live streaming challenge or a Story for Impact challenge? And it's so funny because the two people who responded are actually current clients in my storytelling program. They're like, live streaming. And I'm like, but I think I might do storytelling because you guys are paying me to help you with that. No wonder you don't want the free challenge. But if you find that, write down, which you prefer, and I'll think about which I'm going to do. Yeah.
Can you give us an idea on what the cost of it is?
Yes, my digital training is $500. The 6-week workshop is only $250. And like I said, it's usually 6 weeks plus the showcase. Yeah. The reason it's so low is because I used to do this class in particular in person at a spiritual community and as writers community here in San Diego. And those were the prices for that. So I thought, because my coaching's $300 an hour, but I thought I want to reach as many people as I can. Yeah. This class is Healing Through Storytellers. And I feel like it's great because I can reach everybody with it. And then if anybody wants to, people definitely hire me to coach with them afterwards or in other programs. But for those people who don't have it in their budget, I know I'm on purpose because I'm helping you heal your story and tell your story.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to consider that because I could totally tighten up my impact story.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm performing my story all over the world, but do you know how long it took me? I mean, it took me 3 years in top acting classes to do it. Then I went and got my master's degree in spiritual psychology. Then I put it up on stages all over. So I've gotten that I can help you. Not only can I help you up level what you have, because people come in for that, but sometimes people come in and they really want to do that with like their business story. And then they come in and they realize they have another story. Like this one woman who's a coach who had lost a child, she had a miscarriage, and she realized she really needed to tell that story. So, sometimes people come in, they think they're going to do one thing and then they do something else. Yeah. And sometimes we'll join more than once. So let me see what I can leave you with, that's real practical before I leave.
Well, you do have a freebie that you're giving to everybody that's here.
I am.
Correct?
I am. Yes. Great. That's a video. That's my 5 steps to prepare for videos and live streaming. So it helps you be calm and centered. Let me see what else. I'm so improvisational. Do you guys want an exercise for storytelling, or do you want an exercise for video?
What do you guys want?
Storytelling.
Yeah, storytelling.
Okay. And do you guys want let's see, a storytelling. Let me ask you this. Why do you guys want to tell your story?
I personally, it would be towards my business. I think, Sarah, wouldn't your story?
Yeah, I mean, I was hacked. And I'm in security services for technology, and I was hacked. So telling my story, getting it out there, because the CEOs don't talk about it. And I couldn't find anybody in a 300-person trade association to have a conversation with me about it. And so I want to get out there and make it okay to talk about it. It's not just
that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's really kind of purpose driven too.
Yeah.
What about everybody else?
Because I want people to know that they are designed in such a way that they can shift the programming that they were programmed with and choose the life they want to live. That's how miraculous the brain is as a computer.
Right. Okay. So what I do when I work with clients is I help them find the story that is the one that is a couple of these were mentioned that were so important to tell the story, and then tie it to your business. Both of those were pretty much business stories that you shared, right? What I help you do too is find the story that shaped you, kind of like the origin story, and connect it to that. So that would be the exercise I'm going to give you. Because here's the thing, your business stories are great, and why am I going to remember you? Because people can remember your story, but not you. And that's what I learned over the years. It's like my story's so big. My father shot and killed my mother and married my aunt. That's a big story. But after performing and presenting my show for a while, I didn't want to keep getting reviews about how, wow, the story and, oh, she forgave. I wanted actual reviews on my acting and who I was as a person, right? And so that's why I want you to go deep into your origin story and then tie it to your business story. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and that was hard for me to admit. I don't know why, because we're supposed to be humble or something like that. So I give permission to be like, no, I want you remembered. So the exercise would be, I want you to look at those first 20 years actually of your life. And I usually separate things into 7-year segments. I'm not even going to go past 20. Let's just go to 21 7-year segments, 0 to 7, 7 to 14, 14 to 21. I know there's an overlap there. And I want you to think, so we're not going to do it now because I have to go, but you guys can do it later. And you guys can, message me or type it on my profile page, or whatever. 1 to 3 bullet points in each of those age stages. Bullet points could be, I lost my virginity. My father left. My babysitter was so great. She took me to these magical places. Like, it could be anything, but the stories, the bullet points have to be juicy. This is where Gail was talking about, you don't want every little thing. I don't care that you went to the store, or even that, I don't even care that you got fired from a job if it's just mundane, that it didn't matter to you. I only care, and the audience will only care if it meant something to you, okay? So it needs to be juicy for you. So you do the bullet points, and what you do after the bullet points is you need to go to all 3 of those sections. If you don't remember 0 to 7, just forget it for now. Like, you can ask me questions about it, but 0 to 7, you should be able to have at least 1 bullet point there. And then what I want you to do is see the next part of that is seeing if there is a theme or a repeating pattern. Usually I like to just give one thing so you don't have that in your mind. Like, get that out of your mind, because you want to do the first part. And then the second part is checking to see if there's a repeating pattern. Did someone leave? Was there loss? That's all specific to you. We could have the same circumstance happen, and I see it as betrayal and someone else sees it as abandonment, because those themes are what you would tap into to find your story that you're going to share, that's going to come back around to what your business is or why you do what you do, because it is your life. It's a life pattern that we're here to heal. That's the advanced course, so you are going to probably have to bring me back. Like, do that and bring me back in a couple of weeks.
We're definitely going to have
to help you with the next part. But I really encourage you to go to that origin story, like go to those times when you were younger, because then you'll find something later on, and then we connect it to your business story, and then all of a sudden you're remembered because you're the courageous one who brought this thing up. Not only that, but the way I teach is I give you healing tools so that if you still have stuck energy around that, you heal it. So every time you share it, you're actually healing it.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Awesome.
We will definitely have you on again, Brenda. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for sharing your time with us. I'm going to drop the link for the freebie in the group comments things.
Great. Thank you. And I will pop in here with the link for the tickets to my one-woman show. If
Beautiful.
You guys that would be fantastic. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Awesome.
That's great.
Thanks, Brenda. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Awesome. Awesome. So how was that for you guys?
It was good.
Really good.
Is this
She's quite amazing.
She really is.
She's really quite amazing. Yeah.
Is this something that you guys would like to see continue, or we do like half an hour getting to know you and then like 20 minutes of training each week? Is that something that I should hang out at 4:00 on a Friday for?
I think it's
That's
a
right.
good way for us to, sharing our stories will give us a better idea of what kind of training and help we need.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's smart.
Awesome. So, and I personally am inviting you, Shannon, to come back again. Because we don't, none of us but Sarah really know you as far as I know. Please check out the Tipsy and Tiaras group on Facebook. Join us on Fridays. We'd love to have you again and again. Bree's all over my Facebook, and I absolutely adore her to bits. This is her first time, and I hope you come back as well, Lev. Very much so.
I will also try.
I'll probably bring Shannon and her wonderful, amazing husband into this warrior strategist as well.
Awesome.
I think Amir could really benefit from that crowd.
Yeah.
Her husband.
I don't know any person on the planet that couldn't benefit from that crowd, honestly.
Right.
Honestly, I mean, I've never seen a group of people that have been more, how can we help? What do you need us to do? And do you need a street team? And tagging people on lives and all that kind of stuff. Seriously, Shannon, it's probably one of the best groups on Facebook. There's no backbiting. There's no bullshit that happens. We're just literally all there to expand our businesses, knowing that as we can help others as well, that exponentially expands our own interests. And it's really phenomenal. So yeah, definitely get her in there, Sarah, and her husband.
Yeah. I mean, I think Amir would really do well in that group.
What does Amir do?
That's the good question.
What doesn't Amir do? I'll jump in. Personal trainer. He's working a lot in energy work right now, so him and I have extensive conversations about energy and food and health. And then he also has online, so he's the guy to talk to for selling stuff through Amazon.
He does all the techies.
Oh.
Yeah, he can really get you SEO on Amazon and also social media too. So how to grow followers, and he knows algorithms to make those things happen.
Do you think he might be willing to come in and present for us, Shannon?
If there's a particular topic you were possibly...
Well, one of those two that Sarah just mentioned is something that I think all of us could benefit from.
I can talk to him and see. So all those words that she just used, I don't really understand.
You don't have to. I understood them. Some of these other ladies understood them. We're like, oh, really?
I'll ask her about the one for the social media, because I think that might be the most helpful for this group in terms of getting it optimized.
And I actually just shared with him the hashtags from the other day.
From Tiaras, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So because I knew he would understand that, but I'm like, hey, we need to know this. I don't know why, but you need to know this. So
I remember that comment on Facebook. It's like, I will pass this along.
Yeah, it's my husband. I do all the creative and math and whatever, and he does the other part. But
see, in our relationship, it's just the opposite. I had to retrain him yesterday how to copy and paste.
Okay, well, I'm not that bad.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but and here I am, I've got 3 computers and 2 phones. Just juggling.
That's Tiara.
That's me. My husband's one of his business partners, it's kind of his boss, I guess, called me and wanted to open a tech ticket to pull take a copy of a logo off the site. And I'm like, it's literally a right click and copy. But if you want to pay me $150 to do it, sure.
Yeah.
I'll send you that file.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. And right there is the shift between working for money in exchange for time, as opposed to working for money in exchange for information or knowledge.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Cherie, how are you doing? What's going on with you this week? You've been awful quiet since I showed you my shirt.
Well, I was just taking in everything that she was saying, Brenda, and I am super interested, and I'm deciding if I have the space to take her course. Honestly, I'm doing so many things, but it sounds amazing and perfect, and I don't know. It sounds sounds fun. So
It does to me too.
Well, I was thinking that the two guests that you did have speak to us, they were like amazing and so like on target for like things that I need to know. So I can only imagine how everyone else feels. And I just think this is so fun. And perhaps I've been drinking a little too fast.
Not possible. No, not possible.
Yes.
That's awesome. Awesome. All right. So, let's see here. We got about 4 minutes. I want to know from you ladies, are there any people that come to mind, to come to the top of your head, that they do something that you think their training would be great for this group? Or if any of you do something that you would like to come in and do a 20-minute training, right? And just like Brenda just did, the question and answer, drop a freebie, and follow up with people later on. Is there any of you that would like to schedule a training for this group? Cherie?
Well, I'm glad you called on me because I had something to say. I think this is brilliant because like they only speak for 20 minutes, but that 20 minutes is like so packed and so full. And I've been interested in talking more with both of your guests, and you've only had 2. So this is like a really great space to like share what you do. And it's like so light and fun. And plus we're all princesses and queens and empresses. So, while I don't have anything to like teach right now or that I want to teach, I just think this is like an incredible experience. So
awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Any of the rest of you, do you care to share your shortbread recipe, Tracy?
No. Well, actually, I could share the recipe with y'all, but my mother and my sister both have it, and theirs doesn't turn out the same as mine.
No.
Oh, so you have a mock recipe. I see.
It's I'm not sure how much love makes the difference, but clearly that's the key.
Okay.
But will you at least share the link so that we can order the cookies?
Yes.
Order. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love the idea of those Star Wars cookies for May the 4th. That's so freaking brilliant.
Oh, and they're so cute.
Yeah.
And did I mention they were delicious? I'm the official tester. I don't think I mentioned that. Yeah. If it doesn't pass me, it's in the trash. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And we won't talk about that half a dozen she's got in her purse on the way out the door.
So, Gail, you are wanting us to do kind of a think tank of people that might be able to present and let you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And if you'd like to, like go in the group and just like tag me and go, hey, can we hear from tag that person? And then I'll do all the follow-up. Okay. Just introduce me to people that you want to learn from or you think that would benefit the people in this group. Okay? Because I accept your kind words, but I want to reflect back to what Cherie said. We've had 2 people come in here and train so far. They have been amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
You really have.
And we really want some high quality trainers. Now, I'm not saying that men can't come into this group, but I am saying that the power of and energy of women combined is what I'm going for in this group. Okay.
Well, they wouldn't look as good in a crown, I don't think.
That's a personal preference. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kings look good in crowns, not necessarily
That's
tiaras.
Exactly.
And not necessarily tiaras, but crowns. Yeah, definitely. But you know what? We will honorarily anoint any gentleman that can teach us something that we don't already know.
All right.
Yeah.
Also, I'm wearing a crown and not a tiara. So
that's okay. You're full-fledged queen.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
And jewels match your shirt, so I think it would have been A-okay for any video.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And for great contrast with the blue behind you. So I agree.
Yeah.
Yep. She knows what she's doing over there.
Oh, this was not intentional, I promise.
Awesome. Well, ladies, thank you very, very much for showing up and spending your time with me. I recognize that there's 1.5 billion other things that you could do even in your own house rather than be with me. So thank you for coming and being with us today. And I hope I see you all again next week. And I really hope that this takes off because, you know, drunken stupor or not, this was a great idea. Thank you, Cherie, for kicking my butt and going, hey, you said something, you were going to do it, damn it.
I ordered the damn crown.
I know. I got a stupid crown now. I got to wear it. Good on you, Gail, for doing this.
Oh, and if anybody knows where I can find a crown made out of Swiss Army knife blades, please let me know.
Oh, that would be so freaking perfect.
That's a story you could share.
Oh,
that is a story, MacGyver.
That is perfect.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Claire's, that little place where you take the tweeners to go get their rainbow unicorns.
Idea.
Yeah, right there.
Okay, cool.
So, I love you all. Princess Wave.
Good
Have
night.
a fantastic weekend.
See you Tuesday.
Everyone. See you Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.